Good morning, students. Please take your English textbook, Beehive, and open your book to page number 54, The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. This was one of his most famous works in 1888. The poem gets its title from a very small, uninhabited island that lies in Lough Gill, a lake in its home country of Sligo, Ireland. The speaker of this pastoral poem means rural poem, longs to build a simple life on Innisfree, finding peace through communion with nature. However, it becomes clear that ties to city life prevent the speaker from realizing his dream. In December 1923, Yeats was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for his inspiring poetry. This poem actually reflects on the tranquility of life. In fact, living in a cottage is quite different from fast and hectic life. We can enjoy nature when there is peace of mind. But real peace is impossible in a city. We can find it in a solitary place only. The poet says that he is going to Innisfree, which is an island in Ireland, to build a small, simple hut. He will have 9 bean rows and a honeybee hive. He wants to live alone in peace with nature. He has desire to enjoy the slow pace of countryside living. But at last the poet speaks that every night he hears the lake water lapping against the shore. Even though he lives in a city with the crowded roads, he is drawn to the rural sounds of Innisfree. The poet is attracted to the sounds made by the rustling trees. Let us follow your textbook to page number 54. Yes, follow the book. This well-known poem explores the poet's longing for the peace and tranquility of Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. This poem is a lyric. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loved glade. First you understand the meaning. Arise means to get up, to stand up and go where and make what? Go where? To Innisfree, and build there a clay and wattles made. Wattles meaning here? It is, cabin is room, you know it. Wattles is actually the tree branches you take and make some, shelter. Twisted sticks for making fences or walls. Glade here is clearing or open space. Be loud glade he is doing. Be loud means the sound made by the buzzing of the bees. So here you see the poet is telling, I will get up. I will arise and go where? To Innisfree. Where is Innisfree? I told you in the introduction, in Ireland, one small island. And will make a small room, cabin, made of what? Clay, mud and wattles. Those branches, the trees branches, no, small sticks. And also I will cultivate, you see, 9 bean rows. You know what is beans, no, the green beans. And that means he will cultivate there. And also he will have what? Honeybee, hive for the honeybee he will make, and live alone. He doesn't want anyone to go with him, and will make alone in the bee-loved glade. Bee-loved glade he will enjoy with the sound made by the honeybee. Understood? Stanza 2. Here you see some figures of speech. Yes. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. You see, and go repeated, and therefore it is a repetition. Remember that. Okay. I live alone in the bee-loved glade. It's okay. We'll come later on. Second stanza. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights all the glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evenings full of the linnet's wings. All the parts of the day is described here. What happened in the morning, what happened in the noon, and what happened in the night. You see here. In these stanzas, the poet says that when in innisfree, he will feel peaceful. And he says that the feelings of peace is felt slowly and gradually. He describes how he would feel peaceful in the morning time when it is cloudy and the view is not very clear. When it appears as if the morning has worn a veil. Veil means you see something very transparent, cloth on the head. Usually the girls are having the veil and has hidden itself. Looking at this scene will make him feel peaceful. Further, he says that when he made crickets are those green insects, grasshopper type, will sing a song and that sound will bring him peace. Also at midnight, now what happened at midnight, you see, when he will see the twinkling stars in the open sky, their shine, that shining of the star will give him peace. You see, everything will bring peace in mind, he says. In the afternoon, when the sunlight will give a purplish glow in the afternoon time, and it will also give him peace. And during the evening, when he will see the linnet is a type of bird flying in the sky, he will feel very happy. So you understood? It will come slowly. The peace of mind comes very slowly, dropping slow, he is telling, okay? Like as if coming, it is hidden and slowly it will unravel, it will unfold. I have given here the meaning also. Veil is a piece of fine material worn by women to protect or hide the face. Cricket is an insect, okay? Linnet is a small brown and grey bird with a short beak. Glimmer means something shining. Did you understand? We will go to the third stanza. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. You see, though the poet is in the city, he could hear what is happening in Innisfree. Can you imagine? He is so much attached to Innisfree because he had been as a young boy, and so he loves to go back there. Therefore, again he is repeating. You see the first line. You see, I will arise and go now. Here also, I will arise and go now. Third stanza. For always night and day I hear. He could hear. Can you imagine? He is hearing there. You see, because he is telling, I will go there because all the time the sound of the lake waters striking the shore repeats in his mind. Actually, he cannot hear, but in his mind he could hear. And this sound attracts him towards the lake. Wherever he is, either standing on the roadways or on the grey colored pavement means the sidewalks, wherever he is, the sound keeps on coming in his mind, in the innermost part of his heart. And so he is so much disturbed. He's telling, I will go because it is disturbing in the deep heart's core, the deep down in the heart, he could still hear what is happening in Innisfree. He simply loved this town, this lake Innisfree. Lapping here means striking. Heart's core, innermost part of the heart. You see the figure of speech here, the poet is using alliteration. Alliteration like beehive, honey bee. The first stanza, a hive for the honey bee is an alliteration. Again, a lake lapping, just now we come across, a lake and lapping. Third last line of the third stanza. Lake water lapping, also your alliteration. You have, the poet uses repetition also. I will arise and go now. First and third stanza repeated, in the same line also it is repeated. I told you already. Personification. Morning is being personified. Morning, the second stanza you see, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings is a personification. Then metaphor, clouds are compared to veils here. Dropping from the veils, second stanza you see, second line. Dropping from the veils, actually it is the clouds. These clouds are compared to veils. Therefore it is a metaphor. You see, the poet is reminded of his past, his boyhood, when he visited the beautiful lake isle of Innisfree. He wants to go there and says that he will live there all alone. He wants to build a small cabin with clay and wattles, sticks. He would grow beans and get a honeybee hive for honey to survive on. So he will survive on honey and beans. The poet describes the peaceful nature, the natural surroundings of the lake in the second stanza. He says that the scene of the cloudy mornings, the veil he is calling about the morning, and the shining stars, the glowing sun, and the birds flying in the sky gives him peace. He feels relaxed to hear the pleasant sound of the cricket song. Here, crickets is that insect, grasshopper. The poet feels the urgency to go to the lake isle of Innisfree. I will arise and go now, he says, no? Because in the depth of his heart, he can hear the sound of the lake waters hitting the store, lapping, he's telling, that's the hit. It is as if the lake is calling him. He hears the sound everywhere, either on the crowded roads or the grey colored pavements of the city in which he lives. This indicates that he wants to escape from the artificial life of the city into the peaceful surroundings of nature. Thinking about the poem, what kind of place is Innisfree? Think about. You see, first, the three things the poet wants to do when he goes back there. Stanza 1. What he wants to go to do there? You see, he wants to build a small hut of clay and metals. First, he will have a 9-bean rows, and the third, a hive for the honeybees. Then, what he hears and sees there and its effect on him. Stanza 2. He hears peas come dropping slowly and the cricket sing. He sees the midnight shine and a purple glow at noon. Evenings are full of linnets' wings. He feels happy and gets peace of mind. Third, what he hears in his heart core, even when he is far away from Innisfree, in stanza 3rd. The poet hears the lake water lapping the shore with low sounds. Second, by now you might have concluded that Innisfree is a simple natural place full of beauty and peace. How does the poet contrast it with where he now stands? Read stanza 3rd. Because in the 3rd stanza you see he is in the city. The natural beauty of Innisfree is used and explained in contrast with the roads and pavements in the city where the poet is standing. The pavement is of a grey color which symbolizes decay and death. Third, do you think Innisfree is only place or a state of mind? Does the poet actually miss the place of his boyhood days? The natural beauty of Innisfree is not the creation of the poet's fancy. It is a real place. I told you it is an island in Ireland that gives solace to the frustrated souls. The poet longs to live at such a beautiful and peaceful place. He misses it a lot. Look at the words the poet uses to describe what he sees and hears at Innisfree. You see, bee loud glade. This creates the picture of the hive and the honeybee humming all around. It is in the glade. Glade is grass. Second, evenings full of linnet's wings. It is the linnet is a bird with wings. When it flutters its wings, it looks beautiful. And when the bird sits on the tree amidst beautiful natural scene, it leaves an indelible impression on the minds of the beholder. And the third, lake water lapping with low sounds. It is an ordinary but bewitching scene. The waves strike the lake shore to create a pleasing and soothing sound. Look at these words, peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. What do these words mean to you? What do you think comes dropping slow from the veils of the morning? What does to where the cricket sings mean? See, these words mean that peace surrounds that area at dawn. Dawn is morning. The pleasing and melodious sound of cricket greets the morning. It adds sweetness to the serenity of the place. You see here the saying of Gautam Buddha in your book. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. My dear students, we have completed your poem also, The Lake Isle of Innisfree. In short, again I tell you, the poet prefers to be alone. He doesn't want anyone, and he prefers in a island where no one can reach, because he is in the city, he is disturbed, he does not find peace of mind, and he wants to be alone to get the peace of mind. Write all the questions answers in your notebook and learn them. Thank you.